Hi, Ben. Hi, Linda. Sophia Snyder
Hi.
with the Voice of Color. And oh my gosh, this movie was so good. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Glad you liked it. Yeah.
I loved it. It got me right in the holiday spirit. And I have so many questions, but we are going to be talking spoilers. So you can say whatever you want about the film's ending, and then we're going to hold it till after release.
Cool.
And Ben, I would love to start with you. Can you tell me what your favorite aspect of Mike's overall arc was and how he came to the decision to stay?
Yeah. I mean, I just loved that it was sort of this sort of classic thing of a guy who's just living his own life for himself, who's forced to confront the reality of, having to sort of be there for other people and the shallowness of what happens when you kind of don't think about anybody but yourself. And being up against these four kids and kind of having to, uh, become someone who's not self-centered. So that to me, the love that the kids show him that he's lacking, that he doesn't even realize he's lacking, to me was sort of the moving part of the movie to me. And then of course connecting with these real kids and the experience of making the movie in the real place, in the real farm. That was, that kind of made it all sort of feel very organic.
Yeah, definitely. The farm was beautiful. I can't imagine how amazing it was to film there. And Linda, I'd love to go to you for your character. Gretchen is with family services and has no doubt seen some very heartbreaking situations. However, she has faith in Mike that he'll do what's right and stay for these boys. Where do you think that hope comes from for her? Like to still have that hope?
I think it comes from something inside of her too that wishes she had family like that, that she had some, that she wishes she had kids. And I think she loves children. And I think it's a really tough job that she has. And I think more than anything, like when I was looking up, how they do their job, the majority of what they try to do is keep families together. And so I think her heart would be so broken to see those children go separate ways and not be able to stay together, especially after see their bond. So I think her job is to sort of shepherd him into the person that she sort of, I don't know how she sees it, but she sees a glimmer in there of somebody who can actually do this. And she's just going to stick it out until,
There's a little bit of humanity in Mike.
uh-huh.
It's just, and you see it. You do see it.
Yes, there
Yeah.
is. There
Well,
definitely
you
is.
see it. You have some perception that you're
Yes.
able to. Yeah.
Yes, she does. And I think and she sees that they need him and he needs them just as
Yeah.
much.
And when it comes to comedy, which you both are amazing at, so I was so excited to see the two of you work together on this. Heart can often be overlooked, I feel like, in a lot of ways. It's an underrated element, in my opinion, but this film does such a good job of mixing the comedy with the heartfelt moments. Why do you think having heartfelt comedies is so important for families to all watch together?
Well, there aren't that many movies I think that the whole family can watch together these days. And it's what I think is one of the reasons why you go to the movies, why you want to watch things. It's you want to connect, with the emotion, and sometimes it unlocks something in yourself that you're not able to unlock on your own. And holiday movies, I think the best ones do that and have this emotional center to them, and kind of remind us of all the things that we feel are important in life that sometimes you get caught up during the rest of the year, in life, just, having to deal with. So, I mean, that's what I think a good holiday movie does. And I think for David, he wanted to make a movie that kind of, would harken back to an era of movies where the heart and the edge even were a little more there. And I think, that you don't see that much these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a there's he talks about how he didn't want it to be cynical, and I think that's what makes the movie so beautiful. Is it doesn't have that. It's not making a comment on itself. It is a story, and these boys happen to be incredibly intoxicating because they're so charismatic and so natural. And then putting them, up against Ben, it's just is such a beautiful combination of things. And I think, with humor, it typically comes out of some kind of, it either comes out of tragedy or it comes out of some kind of real place in your heart or some kind of observational humor comes out of reality. So I think finding that in a heartfelt story, I think it's sort of the perfect recipe, especially for a holiday movie.
Yeah. And I'm someone that always takes away something, whether it's, a theme with a character or a theme tied to the film itself, the story. And I'm curious for the two of you, is there a theme or a message that maybe going into it, you didn't expect it to resonate as much as it did by the time you wrapped?
I mean, the experience of making the movie was so good. It was so kind of meta in that it was like what was going on in the movie was what was going on, I think, in real life in terms of being on this farm with these real kids in their life and this place that they really, have created this world. And I think Mike kind of gets caught up in that. And it was a very small little movie, and it had a very family feeling thanks to David Gordon Green and the atmosphere that he created for everyone. And I think, the heart of the movie and the idea of loss and that these kids are having to figure out how to navigate that. And Mike's kind of having to figure out how to navigate his own experience and his lack of, kind of empathy, maybe. All that, the I guess that's all part of the movie. And there's like a kind of a real, I think, emotional core to it that is based in the idea of getting over loss and finding love in people that you're with.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Thank you both so much for your time. I'm such a big
All
fan
right.
of the two of you, and I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day and happy holidays.
You too.
Thanks.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Artists and professors, maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC in full